Whoo! Welcome back to Railhead Ranch, where it is Saturday morning and I just saw a sunrise that should be the envy of everyone watching this video. Absolutely breathtaking. Today, all kinds of things on the agenda. I came here with a list that's like yay long. I hope you stick with me while I knock it out piece by piece. Two, I'm gonna show you the coolest barn find ever. Pretty awesome. You have to stick around for that. And three, all kinds of cool updates in the ranch house. I know the lady is going to be ecstatic. She couldn't be here with me today, but I have to update the video for her as well. So stick with me. Let's have some fun. Item number one, I'm going to take a quick walk. I was looking down across Chloe's pasture and I saw a dozen of what were either deer, coyotes, or foxes. I don't know. I'm getting old. My eyesight's terrible. And I just couldn't tell. They were far off and I didn't have any binos. So yeah, I'm going to check that out. See if I can see what that was. While we're down there, we're going to go ahead and swap out that game camera card. And I'm also wanting to check on this grass. We didn't get any measurable rain, but I know we got a little, and a little, it does a lot right now. So I'm seeing things that are green that are not weeds, and that makes me very, very happy. And these guys have all been fed. They're doing okay. They're just noisy. You know, it's so hard to believe that, you know, our friends up in Dallas had literally a foot of rain this week on Monday and Tuesday, and I didn't even get enough to take the cracks out of the bottom of this pond. It's just wild. And yeah, he's still with me. Jeez, he's acting like he's starving. Huh. Lots of weeds, very little grass, but hopefully it comes back soon. You can hear the deer snorting at me. So we're gonna have all kinds of stuff in the game camera. It's just been 1 week since we checked the cars and you saw the last round of photos, but this is a really, really important week. You'll notice the tips of the horns in the last set of photos had sort of a darker color to the velvet. That's because it was all about to shed. So all the driveway deer, well, some of the driveway deer shed their velvet this week to expose the horns they've been growing all spring. And deer looking good. When they do shed velvet, it's really interesting. It's a bloody, nasty mess. So definitely something to see. I'm hoping we have some photos of that on this game camera. If you stick with me, we'll go ahead and take a look at what happened this week. I hear a dozen deer snorting at me in the bushes. The fact they retreated to thick brush and not into the field behind me, I think indicates might be bucks, which is cool. We're gonna have some nice game camera photos this week. Let's swap this out. One. Well, got another protein tub for our bovine friends back there. This thing is 225 pounds of molasses and protein goodness for these guys. I'm setting it up back here amongst the oaks because I'm hoping they will hang out here and fertilize the root systems of this little group right here, and then we won't have that falling oak issue we have, you know, in parts of the back over here with those red oaks. But yeah, let's give them that protein tub. All right, guys. Have fun. Okay, who's first? Yeah. Longhorns like protein. So these guys have been extra needy and acting kind of funny, and now I know why. There is a huge red bull across the fence over there, and he looks lonely, and I've got nothing but ladies over here. No offense, Dodge, but you're not equipped to get anything done. It's gonna be a wild day, isn't it? Hopefully that other bull doesn't like to jump like our old friend. There he is. Ooh, that's a big guy. Whew, big guy. Big guy. Don't even think about it, hombre. Don't even think about it. So let's go take a look at this big guy across the fence. He was here last year for a short while. The guy who leases the land next door and runs his cattle shared that this is one of the registered bulls he bought from his brother-in-law, from whom I happen to buy my place. Yeah, that is about 1,900, 2,000 pounds of solid muscle. Beautiful animal. Bet you a nickel he could clear that fence without touching it. Hopefully he doesn't. What's up, big guy? You look frustrated. You look very brangus. But you have ladies. Yes, I do. Good morning, Miss Tammy the guard donkey. Let's say hello. Hey, girl. Hey, pretty girl. Come here. Hello. Good morning. She says, that's nice, but give me some food. All right, so here we are. That moment we've been waiting for. The coolest barn find of the year. So I'm back on the, sort of, didn't want to walk that spider web. Oh man, it got me. Back on the, let's see, which border is this? I suppose it's the eastern border of the property. And we have this. One, found a barn, right? What's inside is what is exciting. Wait for it. Wait for it. Better walk around over here so you can get a better look. I haven't seen one of these in like ages. All right, here we are. Ta-da! Okay, well maybe it's not that exciting. It's an old John Deere cart. You can see remnants of green paint down there. Tell me that's not crazy. So when I found this the other day, I found a John Deere stamp on it, and that's how I knew it was a John Deere cart. And see, there's more remnants of green paint right there. Let me get past this little dude. Look at that. You can tell it's been here a while. I think organically, this thing is just filled up and dirt has blown up into the axles on the back. Metal frames in halfway decent shape. You know, you can tell somebody repaired it with baling wire right there. Yep. That's how you get it done. So I'm sure some of you guys have seen these. You probably even have one in your barn used for hay rides and whatnot. I I found a couple of model numbers. By the time I put this video out, I'll flash those potential model numbers across the screen on the bottom here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. Well, first I have to get it out of here, which is going to be a task. The county recycling facility, I'm like the #1 contributor, and it looks like I will continue to be so. This thing is neat. Huh. We're going to pull it out, get this thing rolling, may or may not restore it. Huh. Pretty neat. Cool barn find, right? And this barn is kind of a cool spot. You know, back when this place was, you know, settled and founded, I think they just put up random barns all over the place. Oh, here's more wire. You would not believe how much wire I found in this place, and I'm still finding over a year later. But in here we've got some absolutely beautiful oak trees. You know, these canopies are so rich, so lush. You know, it's really cool. If it weren't for the drought, all those little doodads right there, those are like ferns that grow on top of these big limbs. It's really nice. But this is, I think it's one of my favorite parts of the property. A place where you can go just kind of chill out, reflect, and just makes you feel good just to be here. And now I have a John Deere cart. Pretty cool. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we've got water issues. Come on, Esco. So, yeah, I got here, the water was on, conveniently waiting for me, but there was a little bit of a trickle. Didn't feel like there was any power behind it. But I been playing with it this morning, trying to figure out what's going on. Can't get any pressure. I'm hoping I don't have a well failure issue. Let's see. Please let there be water. And oh, I can't tell if that's suction or blowing. Houston, we have a problem. Well, here we are at the well. Well. So, okay, let's recap. I don't know if I shared when I got here today, the water had been on. It was on, I think, all night. This well, this pump is on its absolute last leg. It, as you can see, I mean, there's still a windmill tower over there, and the equipment inside this little makeshift well house is just as antiquated as the windmill, which I absolutely love windmills. And I was going to repurpose that tower, but it's funny, you have to, back when that windmill was put in, there were, you know, 100 different windmill manufacturers here in the US. With 100 different type of heads sitting on 100 different type of towers. So yeah, I could modify and fix that one to fit pretty much anything, but you know, it's an antiquated technology. I'll buy a new windmill at some point, put it down at the pond, you know, just for decoration. But for water purposes, better stick with, you know, a newer technology. The well is, it ran all night. God knows how long it's been running. It was putting out some really soupy, muddy water. And then when I turned the water off, I lost prime, everything. I mean, all I was getting out of the hose was suction. So I'm at the well now. I have to reprime it. And with this, this system, this particular system, I'm going to show you the most gangster way to prime a well ever, but it's the only way I know how on this one in particular. Let's go take a look. Okay. To the well house. Here we are. Not what you were expecting, is it? You know, a lot of times these days there's this, people are using submersible pumps which go way down into the well, which be way down into that pipe back there. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there we go. Instead, this one's sort of an external pump, very old. Looks like this tank was put in 19. Look at that. That little motor down there turns and helps to suck the water to the top, I suppose. But what's funny is that plug on top would be an obvious place to prime this thing, but that is welded on. And, you know, you can't just dump it into the well in the back. That doesn't do anything. So the only way I know is to open this valve right here, this faucet, shut that off, which is in the off position right now because I've already been up here, and use my transfer pump to pump water into the faucet, therefore into the pressure tank and into the pump and back into the line. Yeah, gangster, but it works. I've actually done this with success. So stick with me, let's get it done. Step one, I've got to back up pretty close. There we go. Step two, pull that barrel, 55-gallon barrel full of water, back here to the tailgate. So our pump needs to sit down here on the tailgate and pump water from that barrel into that faucet backward and into the pressure tank and the pump. My transfer pump anyhow. So yeah, I'm hoping I have enough hose here. It's gonna really stink if I don't have enough hose. All right, let's take a break to say hi to some cows. What's up, Dodge? Hola, hombre. Hey guys. Okay, back to the pump. So my transfer pump is, all right, this little guy, it's a Bauer. Picked it up at Harbor Freight. You can see water goes in here, out there. It screams, man. It will make your ears bleed. It runs on battery power or on AC power. I charge the battery so I can position that pump the way we need to position it to maximize our capabilities with these two short little hoses. Okay, here we go. One hose in the barrel, and we want to go into the pump from the barrel. I know a lot of you guys are looking at this and probably laughing at me thinking, what is this guy doing? But I just don't know any other way, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? That doesn't look like it's gonna work. God bless it. What is going on here? What is going on? Oh, okay, well maybe it's just a matter of turning this. Oh man, I think that was made for the thing I robbed it of. I think I'm gonna have to go find a water hose, unfortunately. And we're off to grab a water hose. You know, I don't know if a super long hose is going to add more back pressure to that pump, preventing it from doing its job, but you know, I've only got one. Whew. Went over and back. Should have gotten a shot of this. Navigating this one is kind of tricky. Double wires. You know, a gate here would be fantastic. It won't be long. We won't have to jump fences to get to our well house. It's on the list. Okay, water hose connected to pump. Lots of line there. Not good, but I'm hoping it's not a deal killer. And at least I am somewhat prepared. Oh, God, that is unless there's a huge nest of yellow jackets. It's in here, it's gonna just ruin my day. There's no getting out of this. So, next problem I would occur if I haven't played this game before. How does this connect to that? And the answer is with this. Yeah. That would have been really stressful if I didn't have this guy. That would be way too easy. So the threads are trashed. I'm gonna try to clean these out and hopefully get this thing fixed so it'll work on here, which has also been smashed, or so it appears. No trashed threads. Oh man. Well, it would be way too easy to come to the ranch and have everything go as planned. I don't think that's ever happened. Like, not once. Like, say, hey, I'm gonna go feed some cows. And just show up and feed cows and not have a crisis or a problem to deal with. Yeah, that would be strange. Why do we do this to ourselves? Some of us, it's in our DNA. If you're watching this channel, it's probably in your DNA. There's something wrong with you. Something wrong with me. Something wrong with all of us. And yet we come back for more every day and we love it. Can't imagine life without it. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Meanwhile, I don't know. I just don't know. Well, none of these threads are participating, but I was able to finagle that little guy on there and this little guy on here. And from this point, we'll just stick this on, pull these down, and now hopefully that doesn't come off. Don't want to forget to open this all the way up. That way water can go in. I have my shut off here. That way water will come in here, it'll try to go down there, it'll stop. Instead, it'll fill up these tubes, pressure tank, and I'm hoping 55 gallons will do it, and that little 3 amp hour battery and my Harbor Freight Bauer transfer pump gets this thing done. Man, this is gangster and crazy, but what are you gonna do? It's one thing I have learned over the years. When you're working a project and you have a very small probability of success, you want to maximize those chances, even if your chance is only 15%. Because there's a good chance I'm wasting my time today and I'm sweating for no reason. But this hose all crazy and knotted and twisted, that just adds more back pressure to the pump up there. So what we want to do is maybe align this thing so the water can easily go through it, there are no kinks, stuff like that. That's what I'm doing now. Now, I believe I have gravity on my side. Coiled nicely to the hose down there from this Bauer pump. Please, Bauer, don't let me down today. Don't let me down today. I only call you when I really, really need you, and I leave you alone the rest of the time. I don't abuse you. I let you hang out in the shop by yourself. All right, guys. Let's see how this goes. Well, there's water. Water's moving here. There's water in there. Looks like the water's going down. All right. Uh-oh, look at that. Looks like it's going in, just probably not as much as I would like. Oh dear. There we go. Woo! This is gangster, man. This is crazy. Still going. Still making progress. I mean, it really feels like that's moving some water. Looks like the water level's going down. We may get this done. And I haven't even started my list. Whew. Uh-oh, we're springing a leak. Oh no, don't film me now. There we go. Like a little Dutch boy, right? You hear that pump slowing down a little. So when we get to a point where we're full enough, or if that pump dies, I'm going to immediately shut off that handle and flip those breakers and make sure I'm not standing on electricity and water. Yeah. But hopefully that works. And it really needs to, because I see the cattle over there mob drinking on the water trough, that little tiny water trough. And this is the only place where we have water. This is our source of water for the ranch. So water, very important. Water is a necessity for life. Whew, good times. Okay, we're about halfway down. Halfway. Whew. That's a good amount of water. This is a 55-gallon drum. So in theory, I've got 22.5 gallons inside that pump, inside that pressure tank, and down the tube. We're getting close, so I have assumed the position. Just need to be able to reach that, turn that off, and flip that switch in a very quick fashion. Okay, moment of truth. Let's do this. Here we go. One. Ooh. Turning that off. Two. Go nuts. Ooh, look at that. I hear water in there. That's nice. That sounds like water to me. Yeah, churn that water. Pump that water. Make pressure. I've got a little pressure on this hose. I can go ahead and unclamp this little dude. I can't believe this actually held on there. So what I want is for that well to prime, to create some pressure. I'm not opening it up to the rest of the place, just right here. I'm gonna let it build, and hopefully it shuts off when it has pressure. And when it does, I'm gonna open it up, and hopefully that water trough fills up and we have water at the house. Whew, that would be nice. And we get started on our list. That'd be great, because it's only 12:30. Cool. What are you doing, dude? You just hanging out in here while I'm working? Yeah, he's digging it. It's probably, well, it's 91 outside, so it's not that bad. And in here it's actually frigid. I gotta get out of here. Okay, I took my truck down over there. Now, I want to let some of this air out of the line if it is building pressure. If it is, we'll have water flowing out right here. Ooh. That is positive. That's a very positive thing. Whew. Okay, I like that. That makes me feel better. Now I'm very slowly letting that into the lines and down to the trough, so we can slowly fill up those pipes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, finito. That's how they say it in Italy. The well did not work, my fix. I think maybe I opened it up all the way too fast. I don't know. Maybe it didn't pressurize appropriately. So I do have about, I don't know, 20 gallons in the bottom of that barrel, and I'm charging my battery over there, so I'm gonna try it again. But in the interim, while my battery's charging, let's take a look around. take a look at the house. See, this is a bright spot. My my list of things to do for the day has changed drastically, but at least this is pretty. Whew, yeah, so there's this. Gonna be an awesome TV room. Love the color of these cabinet doors. So check it out, we actually have cabinet doors over here in the kitchen. Very nice. That is going to look awesome. That's an awesome looking front door too. Got some cabinet doors in here. So I believe this is going to be butcher block as well, just like the kitchen, which will look awesome and appropriate for the time period. Oh wow, that door looks good too. Look at that, awesome. Looking good. Ooh, that's a toilet. That would be awesome. Haven't seen one of those here in a while. That's looking good. Love that wall. Sometimes you just have to focus on the bright spots when it gets a little squirrely out here. The bright spot is this house, and my lady is going to be happy. Whew. So I think they've made some progress in here too. Yeah. These walls are all painted. Floors are looking good. See, that would be the front of all the drawers in here, which would be awesome. Then they'll throw the hardware on. We'll hopefully be done in here. It's getting close. It's getting close. Lady's gonna love the look of those cabinets. It'll be a, especially with the brushed gold hardware on each one of those. Kind of an old school style, which we like. You know, that's the problem right there. We have this affinity, this love for things that are old. Man, that gets you in trouble. But, you know, what are you gonna do? We love what we love. Ain't that right, Esco? My how plans change. Well, it's 2:30 now. I went and filled up my barrel again. Same method one more time. And now I'm gonna let a little water drain down that pipe, and we're gonna fire it back up. We're gonna force it to prime. There we go. Whew. I really hope this works, because otherwise I am hauling cattle all week. I mean, hauling water all week for these cattle. That'll be kind of uncool. Yeah, very uncool. Very, very expensive too. Whew, man alive. Okay, so simultaneous project, something that's been in the wings that we need to get done. You see, I have tied a rope to the top of that tower up there. This thing has to come down. Those bolts are completely fastened and just stuck on there, so I'm going to take a grinder to them. But that gets a little tricky because if you look around, it's kind of dry, and sparks really, really freak me out right now. So I brought a pot. I've got a little extra water, and while this thing's priming, I have the hose hooked up just in case something catches, but I'm not going to let that happen. And once I take off these two, I'm hoping I can just pull that over backward with the truck. First things first, let's get water. Whew. Nice shot, right? Man, I hope you could see that. That was masterful. Okay. Whew. Okay, got water. Now, Silverado, where you at? So we are definitely hooking onto the front and not the back, just so I can see it, see what's going on. So just to minimize the sparks and everything, I'm only going to take out 2 of these. That one and that one. I'll do it as quick as possible and hopefully pull this thing off in the event we can get a submersible pump down there and fix this water situation. Although I think we're gonna end up drilling a whole new well and putting in a new system. Good times. There we go. I don't want that metal touching anything brown. You know, as rinky-dink as this thing is, I bet you I can just pull it over. That would be nice. That's probably what we should do. Let's try that. All right, back in the AC with Esco. What's up, dude? There he is. Esco had half a burger for lunch. I ate a quarter of it and then tossed the other quarter. Here we are. We are in gear, just pulling a little just to see what'll happen. I don't necessarily see a lot of movement there, and I also don't want to send a rope through my grill. Let's go take a look. That's a little too tight. It's a climbing rope. Not rated for towing. Certainly not rated for pulling down a 30-foot windmill tower. I'm gonna ease up this tension a little bit and do a little more cutting. Make that a little easier to come down. Okay, so this time on the angle iron, I cut off one side of those that angle on the front, so the only thing intact is part of the angle that is facing us, so it's like a piece of flat, and I'm hoping it just bends and this thing comes on over. And I do think I'm far enough away, and at least I've got the truck, which can certainly get out if I needed to. Come on over. Oh, there it is. Come on over. Come on over. There it is. That's it. There goes a piece of history. Oh man, that's kind of sad and fulfilling all at the same time. So I just recently saw the back of this platform. They poured the concrete, I think, in 1961. How do I know that? Well, back then when anyone pours concrete, they put the dates in place. 11/11 1961 MA. Those were the initials of the guy who lived here. Seems like an all right guy. He was an infantryman like myself, and overseas, spent a little time overseas, and then also was part of President Eisenhower's honor guard during his inauguration. Crazy, right? So check it out. My method worked. Turned into flat instead of angle, and that just folded over. So I'm hoping I can just pull the tractor in and just pop that other stuff out of the ground. But I'll go ahead and grab the cutting wheel and finish these off. Well guys, I think that's all the fun I've got in my tank for today. So I'm gonna give the cattle what little I have left of water here, and I need to get on the phone. It looks like the well is either caved in or dry, or the pump died or something, I don't know. But yeah, we lost all the water we put in. It didn't prime, didn't charge, not even getting any air pressure. So I'm letting it run a little bit just in case there's something going on, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, and gonna have to get a professional out here. Did everything I can do. But hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. I know that is not at all what we had planned when I started filming, but I am glad we were able to see what we had down below. That is the coolest barn find ever. I am gonna bring that back to life in some way, form, or fashion. I am gonna get this water situation fixed. And the house, you know, the house looks good. Like, this whole day is like a tidal wave of all kinds of different emotions. I need sleep. I need lots of sleep. But that ain't happening. Well, until next time, I appreciate you. We'll see ya.